you from this incredibly attractive location where I am at now. This is Lake Krosino, which is in northwestern Poland. And now, to give a location for it, I'm trying to think what people may be aware of. It's a place called Drawsko-Pomorski, which is noted for having the largest NATO base in Europe, or at least in continental Europe, that I'm aware of. So it's not about 20 kilometers. No, I'm exaggerating now. 15 kilometers from there, from Szczecin, which is possibly the largest town. It is approximately 110 kilometers to the east, something along those lines. And anyway, I came here to film something which is called an Ordnungsberg, or was called Ordnungsberg. There were three of them. They are they were Nazi schools, Nazi universities to learn how to become Nazis. The other two were ones in a place called Vogelsberg, which is in the Eifel in northwestern Germany, and the other one's in Sonthofen, which is in the Allgäu, not so far from the Austrian border, in southern Germany. Now, I forgot to say it's alive, though. So can you please try and keep the conversation suitable? But if you ask anything, then you can ask anything you want, of course, the answers to which I might know. If you ask me something I don't know, then I won't be able to give you an answer. And what I find particularly attractive, I mean, this is fantastic here. I'm just about alone at this location now. It's a Sunday in July. It's getting on for midday, and there's no one here. We've got this lake. We're surrounded by nature. We've got the calls of the birds and what have you. And I'm going to take you around and show you the lake by turning myself around. I'm on a wooden jetty, which I think was probably built in 1970s, I suspect. Anyway, I'll turn the camera around if I can work out how to do it. And sorry, I've got the whoops, got the. I'm trying to take the. There we go, something like that. Trying to take the gimbal out of view. And so this is the look onto the lake. This in German was Krotzensee. Now, to the right here was this special school. This Ordnungsberg was built as from 1934. Now, what happened was is that Hitler was with Robert Ley in the summer of 1933 in a place called Bernau by Berlin, and they were visiting some facility of the German Workers' Front, or the Deutsche Arbeiter Front. The German Work Front, I think is a better way. It's the trade union, and the boss of which was Robert Ley, and that was founded to replace the other trade unions. And Ley and Hitler sort of suggested that he needed to have sort of cadres formed to be the future Nazi leaders, and then Ley had to interpret this, or he interpreted this to form three special schools, one of which was over here. And now these special schools were a bit like, somebody said, a bit like a mixture between a military barracks and a monastery. It was surrounded by medieval mysticism, as the Nazis liked to do, but the facilities themselves were brand new. At least they were in 1934, so they weren't built on castles as such, as they tried to do at Wewelsburg and later want to do at Marburg, Marienburg, or in Krakow even. but brand new facilities, and there is in fact two of the very tall towers still survive. You can't actually see them. Here on this lake, their plan was to build a water sports facility. I think this was when they realized they weren't getting enough cadres coming through for the education, so then they had to offer other things to make it a bit more exciting. However, the war started, and on the 1st of September 1939, this courses stopped. Very first day of war, that was it, closed. So only two courses actually were done here. That's an 8-month course or 9-month course, and people were rotated between the three special facilities that they built. One here, the other in Sonthofen, and in Vogelsberg on the Allgäu, on the Eifel. And so that is what this location here is. Now the thing is this: the army has it. It's a military training area here to the right, and I couldn't get in, and I've got to ask for special permission, which I'll be doing tomorrow, so I can get in there and actually film what is actually left of it. Why they chose this location is actually beyond me. I don't know. I can sort of see the fill of it's Sonthofen. Vogelsberg is absolutely really isolated to a large extent, so that had some sense. Sonthofen, the Allgäu. Sonthofen, you can see very clearly the Alps, so that has that. But for here, it's a wonderful location, but this lake here is about, I think it's 117 hectares surface area. Maximum depth is 17 meters. It's not particularly large. I mean, there are far larger lakes, for example, if they wanted to do water sports. Maybe it had some special reason. Maybe it was chosen because Robert Ley knew somebody who was local. Indeed, the first commandant was somebody who came from the village, which is right next to here. So I think maybe that was the reason why it was chosen. And anyway, so that's what I'm trying to film right now. I've got some information actually when I do a video, and there's a monster in the lake. So there's a monster in this lake. His name is Janusz the Monster. Right, thank you. So I'm glad to know that one. And I don't know if this monster comes out at night or not, but yeah, I've got some information about the courses and things like this when I actually get around to actually putting a video together about this place. So anyway, good. So some other highlights. You see this chirping. There's a great crested grebe there with 3 chicks, and the chirping comes from them. We can also hear woodpeckers from time to time. I can't recognize it. There's another bird and I can't recognize it. So and there was frogs as well, but they've given up now. Anyway, so this is I think this is sort of real history, if you like. So I came here to film this place here. Came down to this beach just to have a look at it, and so it's quite a popular location once, and you can see there was people I was talking to and said, look, 20 years ago you'd come here and it would be full of people that have been making sausages and doing other things. I think because there's increased security at the military base, that might have had something to do with why people are less keen on coming here, or indeed there may be some other reason. I see there's other people now turning up though. And okay, great. So I hope you found that interesting, and yeah, I'll take the camera back on me. So hope you found that interesting. See, there's other people turning up right now, and then if you did, then I'll try and do more visits like this, seeing as I've got a really good internet connection now, and even though I'm sort of in the middle. I won't say the middle of nowhere, because it's not the middle of nowhere, but it's in the middle of the countryside, put it that way. Thanks for watching, and all the best from me for the moment in Poland.